Now, influenza. So, influenza is the airborne viral disease. It caused by orthomyxovirus and it affects the upper respiratory tract. The symptoms of influenza are chill, headache, pain in the chest and fatigue. And next one more disease is measles. So this is most contagious disease than that of the normal cold, and this is the airborne disease. If the infected person's droplets that enters into the other's body, other healthy person through the air. Next, SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome. So these also occur through the saliva or the droplets of infected person. Through air it enters into the other healthy person. And even you know very well, COVID-19 or coronavirus, it is also airborne disease. So through the droplets of infected person, chance of enter into the other healthy persons. So next, up to these airborne viral diseases. So what we observed so far, airborne bacterial diseases and airborne viral diseases. Now, foodborne and waterborne diseases. So first, that means the organisms enter through the food and water. So there are some bacterial, foodborne and waterborne diseases. First one is botulism. Botulism is the affected by the organism Clostridium botulism. It is a gram-positive bacteria. Through contaminant food, it enters into the healthy persons. Next, typhoid. So the typhoid is caused by Salmonella typhi, and it enters into the body. It affected through five F's. They are flies, food, fingers, as well as feces and vomits. Next, so 5 F's, if you remember, it is easy to write. Next, one important famous person we should observe now. She is Mary Mellon. Actually, she is a cook, and through her preparing food, she is responsible for the transmission of diseases to number of people. So that she was nicknamed as Typhoid Mary instead of Mary Mellon. Next, the symptoms of this typhoid disease are severe headache, fever, loss of appetite and constipation. Next, one more disease is cholera. So this disease is affected through Vibrio cholera, and it enters into the body through contaminated food and water, and as the loss of water in these case, and even diarrhea also, and to recover the water loss, the patient may have the ORS. It supplies more electrolytes and glucose to the body and sodium ions through the plasma membrane. So these are some of the foodborne and waterborne diseases. Next, protozoan diseases. The protozoans diseases, next, protozoan diseases. The protozoan diseases includes amoebiasis and malaria. Amoebiasis or amoebic dysentery is the disease caused by Entamoeba histolytica. So it releases a histolysine enzyme. For that got the name Entamoeba histolytica. Due to the enzyme, so this amoebiasis, this organism enters into our body through contaminated food and water, and even the enzyme histolysine breaks the lesion, and it makes lesions in the large intestine of the human beings, and due to the lesions, blood appears in the stool. So this disease is amoebic dysentery or amoebiasis. So next, one more disease is malaria. This malaria disease is caused by the protozoan organism is the Plasmodium. Here this amoebiasis is monogenetic. That means it requires only one host to finish its life cycle. But here malaria, it is a digenetic. That means it requires two hosts. One is a female Anopheles mosquito and then human being. Within two hosts, it finishes life cycle. In human, if infected mosquito bites us, which mosquito? Female Anopheles mosquito bites a healthy human being, nearly 10 to 2000 sporozoites are releasing. Sporozoites are the sickle-shaped structures of enters from mosquito body to the human being's body. These sporozoites first enters into the bloodstream and then liver, that is hepatic physiogeny. Here this organism undergo two types of reproductions. One is sexual and other one is the asexual. In human body it undergo asexual reproduction. So first it attacks liver and then RBC, and finally it releases some hemozoin crystals to release the crystals of heme of the blood. That results in the symptoms of malaria. Along with the hemozoin crystals, it also releases gametocytes. That gametocytes, the pH of a human being's body is not suitable to the growth of the gametes, because sexual reproduction requires gametes. So to produce the gametes and next fertilization, it requires the one more host, that is the female Anopheles mosquito. So to appear the symptoms in the human body, it requires nearly 14 days. So these gametocytes enters into the female Anopheles mosquito body and it undergo sexual reproduction and produces finally sporozoites. That sporozoites enters into the healthy person. So in this way it finishes its life cycle. So this plasmodium belongs to protozoan organism. So protozoan diseases is amoebiosis and malaria. Next diseases, helminth diseases. Helminth includes nematoda, nematohelminthes as well as platyhelminthes. So now we are discussing only nematodes, Ascaris lumbricoids as well as Wuchereria bancrofti. These two belongs to helminth nematoda. Next, this Ascaris disease is ascariosis. It is a roundworm. It exhibits sexual dimorphism. Male and female are separate, and these eggs of Ascaris called as mammillated eggs. After these eggs enters out of the human being through the fecal matter that reaches the soil, and in the soil they undergo next development and forms structure, and they enters into the human body. So rhabditiform larva it undergo, and the rhabditiform larva enters into our body through contaminated water and food. That means unwashed vegetables as well as fruits. Organism chance of enters into our body. So it enters into the human body, especially it leads to it lives in the small intestine, as well as the symptoms are internal bleeding, muscular pain, fever and anemia. And especially it occurs in the kids who who always plays in the soil. And next disease is elephantiasis or filariasis, caused by Wuchereria bancrofti of nematode. So these Wuchereria bancrofti also require two hosts. One is female Culex mosquito and other host is human being. So this Wuchereria bancrofti affects the lymph glands or lymph nodes, and also affects the genital organs. So this is in severe case it leads to death also, and these two are the helminth diseases. And next last disease is the fungal disease. So in generally everybody face the problem of fungal disease. The fungal organisms are ringworms, especially the species of Microsporum, Epidermophyton and Trichophyton commonly affected fungal species, and the symptoms are scaly lesions on skin and nails, also affected with a dry skin, and then it leads to itching. Generally the combs, the infected person's comb, if we use cloths, the things if we use, a chance of affecting with the towels and all, affected fungal diseases. So students, what we observed so far in different videos, bacterial airborne diseases, viral airborne diseases, and other viral diseases, protozoan diseases, helminth diseases and fungal diseases. I hope this information helps you a lot. Thank you.